Justice with Judge Mablean will be life because in everything we do, it involves the law. Where's your witness?
In the evidence.
That's hearsay.
It's notarized.
I still say it's hearsay.
She's fair.
You're going to help these young men learn how to do this the right way.
Yes, Your Honor.
She's firm.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
No, I don't need to say anything else.
She's honest.
I'm not your child and I'm not your friend. That's the order of the court. Goodbye.
This is Justice with Judge Mablean.
All rise. Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge Mablean presiding. Both parties, raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
I do.
Thank you, Will. You may be seated. This is the matter of Jasmine Gordon versus Derek Slavins, and you're suing him for $1,000.
Yes.
Now, it's not the $1,000 that I'm concerned about. And what is the real reason? Why are you really suing this man for $1,000?
I entered into a contract with him a couple of years ago for Derek to be my exclusive companion.
Wow. Okay.
And he broke that agreement. He went on a date with another woman. And while he was on that date, he also crashed my car. And so I'm here to collect the out-of-pocket money on my car, which is $1,000. It's the deductible.
Okay. So is an exclusive contract to be your companion only a contract, a business deal?
Yes.
That's permissible?
He had a lot of freedom within that. I mean, the contract states that he would be available to me anytime, any day, but within the year and a half that we were dating, he also had his own job. He spent a lot of time with his own friends, and
Did the contract, when you say be your companion, was he also your intimate sexual companion?
Yes, he was.
So isn't that prostitution? You're buying sex?
Well, we began to date. We met on a website and we began to date. And he has a lot of expenses, so I gave him an allowance, essentially.
So you paid him to be your companion?
Well, yes, I did.
That's called high-class prostitution. That's what I thought. When you're paying for sex, but yours just was not sex for a minute. Yours was for sex and taking you out and doing whatever else, anytime, any day, you say it, right?
Yes, but again, there was a lot of lenience within that.
Oh, so because you allowed him to do other things on other days, you don't think it was prostitution?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. And how much did you pay him? You said he had a lot of expenses. What expenses did you pay?
Well, I paid him $2,000 a month.
You paid him?
Yes. And
where did he live?
He had his own apartment in San Francisco. Mm-hmm. And he would also go on trips with me, and all expenses paid. He loved that.
And you paid for all of that?
Yes. I also gave him full access to my Aston Martin, which he loved.
To your what?
To my automobile, my Aston Martin.
So he got to drive a high-class, expensive car?
He enjoyed it.
But I want to understand why you're suing him for the $1,000. What'd you do? You broke the contract?
Allegedly, I did not break any contract.
Was it a contract in your, did you understand it to be a contract?
I did, yes.
And you signed up for this?
I did, yes.
You agreed to do that?
I did.
Why?
I found her on a website. I thought she was smart. I thought she was pretty, successful.
You on the website too?
I met her on the website. Correct.
What's this website called?
CougarLovers.com.
Oh, CougarLovers.com. So why are you on a CougarLovers.com website, young man?
They call people like me sugar studs. And
so you're a sugar stud.
Correct.
Is this the way you made your living? Because I was about to say sugar stud, $2,000 a month is not a lot of money unless you were working somewhere else. Were you working somewhere else?
I was. I write a blog on the side and make about $500 to $1,000.
Oh, so you're a blogger.
Correct.
Okay. And why did you go on Cougar Lover's website if you have a job? I mean, you know, you're wealthy, you're taking them on trips, you have a what's that called? An Astoria what? What's that car you drive?
Oh, an Aston Martin.
Aston Martin. You know
Yes.
it's way above my pay scale. Are you employed?
I have a real estate investment company.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Your
you-
Honor, may I present some evidence of the case?
You want to show me some of these nice trips you've taken?
There-
And the things that you've done?
I'd like you to see that this was a real relationship. And I think that if you take
Maybe you thought it was. Was it a real relationship to you?
Coming up on Justice with Judge Mablean.
I would have to clean. I would have to spend a lot of time with her whenever she wanted. There was
I thought she said that was from the beginning in the contract that you had to spend time with her whenever she said.
right, but over time it got a lot more intense.
Justice with Judge Mablean. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Jasmine Gordon, who is suing Derek Slavens for property damage.
I think that part of it was, but part of it was built on the money.
Your motivation was money.
At the beginning, yes,
So you all began to like each other.
we did.
So then did you stop taking that $2,000 per month since it was no longer a contract?
No, I continued
Oh,
to
okay.
take the
So it
money.
wasn't that much of a love going on, huh? And you kept taking that $2,000 a month, right?
I did.
When did you gain an affection for her?
Honestly,
Why are you looking at her?
from the moment I saw her, I had feelings. I thought she was very pretty and smart, but over time,
That's not feelings, that's just looks. That's just observation. She's pretty, she's smart. When did you develop a feelings, heartfelt feelings for her? Or did that ever occur?
I think the feelings were there, yes.
You got to think about it. You saying, I think, you don't know. He's still thinking. You think it was there. I said, when did you develop feelings for her? You did or you didn't. You don't have to think that I did. Either you did or you did. That's not a thought. I'm asking you, when?
Probably around 3 months into the relationship.
And when did you develop feelings for him other than contractual and paying out money? Or did you?
I think I developed feelings for him before we signed a contract.
How? Before you signed the contract? From talking to each other on the internet?
We went on a few dates in person after we met online.
Oh, so once you entered into this, you already had intimate feelings for him.
I did. I did.
Okay, so what happened? What destroyed those feelings?
Well, I was treated not like a boyfriend or like we were equals. After a while, I was more like her assistant. And the money...
You were more like her boy toy, what she was paying you for.
Right, yes. There wasn't... Those feelings started to expire. They started to fade away because I
The
didn't...
feelings for you that you had?
that I had for her.
And why? What did she do?
She made me wash her dishes. When the cleaning lady wasn't there, I would have to clean. I would have to spend a lot of time with her whenever she wanted. There was...
I thought she said that was from the beginning in the contract that you had to spend time with her whenever she said.
Right, but over time it got a lot more intense. She would ask me where I was. She always needed to know. She would wanted to know who I was with, what I was doing. It was...
Well, that's what happens when two people when they get feelings for each other, then they expect it to be exclusive. Isn't that what you said? You started to have feelings for her, so why are you out with somebody else?
Well, the person I was out with was not somebody I was on a date with. I was actually out just with my cousin, and I was just treating her to I haven't seen her in a long time, and I was treating her to a family meal.
On her dime,
No,
right?
well, it was earned money from my money.
Oh, you didn't use her credit card?
I didn't, no. I drove her vehicle, but I used my earned money.
And where was Miss Gordon when you did this?
She was on a work trip to Vegas.
Now, from what I read in the brief, it said you all were kissing cousins. That the maitre d' from the restaurant saw you all kissing in the parking lot after the dinner. So were you kissing cousins?
No, Your Honor, we were not kissing.
And it's the same restaurant that the two of you frequented, right?
I've been there before with her, yes.
So what happened after that?
Then after we had a good time at the restaurant, I went to drop her off, and I was taking her vehicle, and we ended up getting into an accident.
Whose fault?
They said it was my fault.
They said it was your fault, but that's not what you say.
I don't believe
You
so.
still don't say that.
Correct, yes.
So who's they? The police?
The other driver, and we didn't deal with the police, but the insurance determined it was.
And the insurance company said it was your fault.
Correct, yes.
Oh, well, I think that means it was your fault because they really, Yeah. So her deductible was $1,000.
$1,000, yes.
So now she's asking you to pay for that. Why did you think you don't have to pay for that?
Well, it's not my vehicle. I don't pay the insurance. I don't collect benefits from the insurance. And honestly, I don't think that it's something that she can't afford. I have evidence of a lot of financial burdens that I have.
Did you ever say you couldn't afford it?
No, I never said I couldn't afford
Is that the reason why you're asking him to pay it back?
That is not the reason.
Okay, did you give him permission to drive the car?
I did give him permission to drive the
Were
car.
you paying all of the insurance and everything, maintenance and upkeep and all that?
Yes.
Did you give him permission to drive the car this night to take out another woman?
I did not give him permission to take out another woman. I gave him permission to drive the car that evening.
Okay. Drive the car with you only?
He could drive the car by himself or with friends, but not on a date.
Okay. Now, he says it wasn't a date. It was his cousin. What makes you think it was a date?
I have a witness today, Judge.
Oh, you do?
If
Where's
we
that witness?
may present the witness. He's the manager of the Palm Restaurant in San
Oh, I
Francisco.
didn't know we had a witness. Bring him on in.
Sir.
All right, Mr. Witness. What's your name, sir?
My name is Kenneth Baldwin.
Kenneth Baldwin.
Coming up,
The concerning thing happened when Derek and his cousin left the restaurant.
What happened?
They went out to the valet to go get the Aston Martin, and I saw them kissing,
Kissing how?
like making out with tongue.
Justice with Judge Mablean. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Jasmine Gordon, who is suing Derek Slavens for property damage.
Miss Gordon, you want to have a seat for a minute?
Yes.
All right. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, then tell me what you know about the situation.
Well, Your Honor, I am the manager of a restaurant called Palm in San Francisco. It's one of the finest restaurants in San Francisco. And I knew Ms. Gordon, Jasmine, when she was coming in with her ex-husband, Jim. On the evening in question, I saw Derek arrive at my restaurant with a young lady in an Aston Martin that I recognized as Jasmine's. When I
You mean you recognize the car as Jasmine's car? Okay.
Yes, and I knew Derek from coming into the restaurant.
Oh, they had come in several times?
They had come in several times,
Oh.
him and Jasmine. I always gave them the best service. They always had an amazing time at the restaurant. So I was a little surprised to see Derek there with a very young, attractive woman that he introduced as his cousin.
Oh, he told you it was his cousin?
Yes, because
Okay.
I came out and I
Well, the
introduced...
story's consistent. Go on.
I came out and I introduced myself and I said I am the manager of the restaurant and I gave them excellent service. But the concerning thing happened when Derek and his cousin left the restaurant.
What happened?
They went out to the valet to go get the Aston Martin and I saw them kissing,
Kissing how?
like making out with tongue.
Ooh.
Not a way you
Not
kiss your
kissing
cousin.
cousins type.
No,
No.
no, no.
Tongue kissing, French kissing.
Yes.
Coming up,
There was some touching, there was some rubbing, there was
Woo.
some feeling as well.
You mean like rubbing of the behind?
closed captioning provided by. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Jasmine Gordon, who is suing Derek Slavens for property damage.
What you say about that? That man is over there lying on you.
I'm not sure what you saw, if you saw another couple or somebody,
Oh,
something
he knows
else.
you. Anytime you come in there with this woman all the time and she was a customer before, he clearly knows who he's looking at.
I think that he wants to earn some brownie points from Jasmine, if I'm being honest.
You don't kiss family members that way.
Well, no, let's stop. It's not customary, and it's not a part of our custom that you do it. But there are those who sometimes stray from the custom and do it. But he's saying he didn't kiss her in that manner. It wasn't a French kiss. It was, what type of kiss you give her?
Just a normal family, cousin on cousin, no tongue.
So that's a smack on the cheek.
Smack on the cheek, exactly.
There was some touching, there was some rubbing, there was
Ooh.
some feeling as well.
You mean like rubbing of the behind?
There may have
Smooching
been.
kind of kissing.
More than smooching, I'd
Oh.
say. Sloppy.
Wow.
She had drinking a lot. I hadn't drinking more than one glass. I was probably just holding her, keeping her stable, getting her into the vehicle.
Oh, she was drunk.
Correct.
You had to get her into the car.
Yes.
So that's why you had an accident? Because you weren't drunk.
I was not drunk, no, Your Honor.
That's neither here nor there with me. The problem is you wrecked the car.
Yes.
So, and you wrecked the car, you were driving the car, and nothing in your contract said that she was going to pay for all of your expenses in terms of the car, did it? Now you can come back forward, Ms. Gordon. You can come forward again.
Thank
you, Mr. Baldwin, for your accurate description. You may have a seat there.
Judge Mablean's verdict when Justice with Judge Mablean returns. Promotional consideration provided by. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean.
Now you're paying for everything,
Yes.
and he's at work. So you were her, I call it an employee-employer relationship. But even so, when you're taking someone else out, you're not at work. You were not working at that moment. You were on your own, on a social date with whomever, and you wrecked the car. I think you should be responsible for the deductible. That's just because I allow you to drive my car and give you permission to drive it doesn't mean that you don't have to pay for it when you damage it. And I would not require you to do it if you were driving the vehicle on an errand for her, doing something for her benefit, doing something for your mutual benefit, but you were driving, she's out of town, you're having fun, it's pleasurable driving for you. So you got to take the risk. Maybe your cousin will help you pay for this. Since she had the pleasure of riding in that Aston Martin and that luxurious dinner, maybe she'll help you pay. So judgment for the plaintiff.
All rise.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $1,000.
You hurt me. You hurt me really bad.
I'm glad that this is over.
I haven't
and
been on
hopefully you
another
can move
date
on.
since this all happened.
Well, I'm happy, and I hope that you can find somebody else like I have.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.